Hi, it's Peter with RL Property Management, and we're back with another episode of How to Pick a Property Management Company. This is episode 3, which is Research the Top 10 and Narrow Down. So by now, you've determined your needs. That was episode 1. In episode 2, you evaluated the marketplace for property management companies in your area. And we're going to use the information you used in the previous episode to prepare a top 10 list of management companies that are essentially worthy of further investigation. So with that list of 10 companies in hand, we're going to be completing a more thorough due diligence process, similar to what you would do if you're getting ready to buy an investment property. You really want to find out as much as you can about these top 10 companies with the goal of narrowing this list down to 5. And those 5 in the next episode, we're going to talk more about how to approach that. But for now, we need to get as much information as we can about these top 10 companies. So how do we do that? Before we list your options for getting information about a property management company, I want to remind you of the importance that a property management company has. You wouldn't buy a rental property without an inspection, and you really should think of your property management company in terms of the effect that they will have on your asset's value. So you can imagine over time, a top tier management company is likely going to increase the value of your asset by 1 to 2%, I would say, annually, and a bottom tier property management company could do as much in damage to the value of the property. In other words, they could reduce the value of your asset by several percent every year through mismanagement, deferral of maintenance, placing bad tenants, etc. So a great management company is going to deliver more in value than their fees times 10, because you're probably only going to pay them around $50 to $100 a month per unit. But if you look at the value that they're going to be adding to your asset over time, it's much greater. So getting back to the list, here's some ideas you can use to get more information about property management companies as you're trying to narrow down your list. First, I would take a look and see if you can read any material that they put out there. Go to their website, check their blog, see if they have a YouTube channel, see if they have an Instagram, look up their Twitter account, maybe they've produced an ebook, and really just kind of get a feel for their management philosophy by reading what they're producing. Now, some management companies, unfortunately, have nothing more than a generic, boring website. There's nothing you can do to kind of get a flavor for the company. In that case, you might be reduced to just reading online reviews, and if you're lucky that they'll be responding to them and you can read those responses. But I do have some other tips as well. So my next idea is to take a look at their rental listings. So you can imagine if you place your property under management with this company, they're going to be at some point advertising your unit for rent. And if you want to understand how that's going to look, all you have to do is look at their current rental listings. It's great. So just go to their website. I guarantee somewhere on there it's going to have, a list of all their available rentals, and pull one of those up and see, what does it look like? Do they have all the details? Do they have all the information about the unit? Do they have up-to-date and large quantity of clear photos? How long is the listing? I mean, a good rental listing should try and answer every question that a prospective tenant would have. So it should probably be pretty long. It should have all kinds of information: beds, baths, square footage, pet policy. Everything you can think of should be answered in that rental listing for a professional property management company. So that can be a really good insight into how they approach managing other rental properties, because that's how they're going to manage yours. My next idea is to jot down some of the addresses from those rental listings and go ahead and drive by those properties. So these properties have presumably been under management by this company for some period of time. Go ahead and check them out. See what's going on over there. See if the properties look like they're being well maintained. Take note of what part of town these properties are in. Are they in a similar part of town, a similar class of neighborhood to properties that you're going to be owning and asking them to manage for you. As mentioned, make sure you read reviews. You can check for reviews on Google, you can check for them on Yelp, you can check the BBB, and if you just Google the company name and reviews, so you may get some other results in there as well. You could also check biggerpockets.com. That's a really big investor website, and sometimes investors will comment about property management companies on biggerpockets.com. You can even hear from some of their current clients. Occasionally they'll leave a review or share information that they've learned about other management companies. My next tip is to try and do some research on the owners or the principal broker at the companies that you're looking into. So you should be able to find this information on your states. Most states will require licensing of property management companies, and you can look that up and then do some research on the owners and the broker. Those are actually usually listed right on the company's website. So try and learn what you can about the background of the people that started and run the company, because that's probably going to inform their approach. And lastly, as you're sort of perusing all this data, try and get a feel for what the primary focus is of the management company that you're interested in. So for the top 10 lists that you're putting together, maybe in parentheses next to each one, put single family, multifamily, commercial, whatever it is that you really get a sense that they're focusing on. And you can get a real feel for this by just going to their homepage. Just go to the homepage of their website. If you click the logo right at the top, what does that screen say? Does it say, we want to sell your home? Does it say, we want to manage your home? Does it say, we want to manage your multifamily property? That's really going to give you a feel for what their primary focus is. And that's going to be the type of thing that they're geared toward. It's going to be what they're doing best and where their focus is. So you're going to want to make sure that's in alignment with the type of property that you're looking to have them manage. If their homepage has a huge MLS listing with, we'll help you find your next dream home, where do you want to live, we'll help you buy your home, that's probably not a company that's focused on property management. That's going to be more like a side thing for them to maintain their client relationships. You're probably going to want to work with a company that's focused on management. So with this information in hand for all 10 companies, it should become clear that there's 3 to 5 leaders in your geographic area. So jot down their names, go to their website and get their phone numbers, because you're going to use that in the next step when we call those companies. Thanks for watching.